Hey people, Indra here, 3v3 faction war. This is Sentinel Beach and Eldar versus Chaos Space Marines. Blue Eldar team, we got a couple of Warlocks. This is BeholdenBatonIII, and we have BeholdenBatonIII. These guys are melee heroes that leap into combat, awesome disruption and support. Alongside, rounding off the team, the Tenso with a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default. Great for capping and harassing, some powerful control. Exarch's elite scheme here. Red Chaos Fellas, couple of Chaos Sorcerers, Draktan with the Night Lord's elite scheme. JamezNunes chasing after a Warp Spider. These guys are offensive and disruptive heroes with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Is he rocking? Oh, it's the Iron Warriors elite scheme, I think. Recolored, look at that. And rounding off the teams, Katla with a Plague Champion starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. Death Guard elite scheme, of course. There's some Nurgle worship for you. This is in the middle of the map. Quite a few resource points here to fight over. See that wreck point? There's another wreck point the other side of this building. It's a very narrow area, dangerous for tanks. Plague Champion being pushed back a bit. Here comes the Warlock with that awesome disruption. Heretics might Doom Blast here. They just ate a Destructor. No, they kind of avoided it completely, actually. Banshees on the prowl looking for those Chaos Space Marines. And they get them. Plague Champion trying to help a bit, but now he's in danger. Heretics getting chopped up. They might go down on retreat here. Gonna be lucky to get away. And I think they have got away. Good push through the mid though here from BeholdenBatonIII. Thinking about a power hit, but they're going to be shot at while they do it. Look at the damage poured onto those Chaos Space Marines. There's some Nurgle worship to help out with the healing in base. To the south of the map, contested power. Bit of a fracas. Double Guardians and Banshees here as well. Aspiring Champion Heretics putting the pressure on though. Forcing off the Banshees, and Chaos should be able to sweep through. Consume from the Sorcerer. Maybe a little bit wasted there because the Guardians just retreated, so there's no Doom Bolts on really. To the north, dead stuff already. A Chaos Sorcerer is down. This is Draktan, and the Warlock is going mental with some special attacks on some CSM. He's quite low though, and they are meleeing him. And Chaos Space Marine is pretty good in melee, just smacking him with his bolt gun, that fella. And Chaos retain the northern contested victory point. The natural victory points are in the south corners. Southwest here natural for the Blue Eldar team, and southeast natural for the Red Chaos team, being stolen by that Warp Spider Exarch. Contested power down here too. Natural powers in the west and east, kind of a little bit further south than north, but rather central. And there's more natural powers in the northeast and northwest corners. It's quite an expansive map then. Huge distance between the natural VPs and the contested VPs, which might favour the Eldar with their mobility and their webways. Noise Marines up here for Katla. Not a map I get to see very often though. And Raptors up for Draktan. Looks like the Plague Champion's going to come up and revive that Chaos Sorcerer. I don't think that's going to level him. He's just going to be sad afterwards, isn't he? BeholdenBatonIII with a Shuriken Cannon. And Rangers are up for the Tenso. Looks like JamezNunes is responding with Raptors of their own. Doom Bolts flying in. Now they're backing off because they're outnumbered here quite a lot. Is the Tenso's Warp Spider in play? No, they're back at base at the moment. He can do a lot for you in engagements early. Can teleport in and tie up some Marines or something. Allow other things to approach, such as Howling Banshees to put pressure on. We got Aspect of Strength on these ladies. And they've fleeted into some CSM. War shouting, both of them nicely played by Beholden. Knew that the war shout had a duration on it, so sprinted between the both to suppress them both. But they are outnumbered by double CSM there, because the Raptors jumped the double Guardians. Meanwhile, Warlock's having a grand old time with a Merciless Witchblade in on the Noise Marines. And the Champion's robe is up, which meant he wasn't knocked over by the cacophony you saw. Could knock them over. Warlock levels to 2 there. And flees. Looks like the Chaos Space Marines are going to retain the northern VP. And maybe, I mean, they didn't drop a model. These Chaos Space Marines could get onto this power here. Shake it apart with those Sonic Blasters. Those weapons also disable ranged attacks. They're pretty awesome. Raptors getting low in on the Warp Spider. Maybe the Rangers could get a model here, but they are also in danger. There's the jump. Doesn't quite get the suppression on them. Got close enough to spot them for a few seconds. You saw that red glow. That means they are being spotted through their infiltration for some reason, such as because they had a shot. Here's more Rangers for the Tenso. Okay. North. They did not go for a power bash, it looks like. They're trying to consolidate their position. Plague Champion is down. Here comes the Sorcerer of Draktan to get a revive, and that should level them. Some late Chaos Space Marines for JamezNunes, and Eternal War up on both. Should be able to shoot down Eldar Light Infantry pretty effectively. There's that level for that Chaos Sorcerer. There's some Nurgle worship. Noise Marines running back to safety. Warlock leading the line. Throws up the Champion's Robe Psychic Shield. Banshees with the War Shout. Heretics in on them. Doom Bolts messes up the Banshees though. Big retreat off there for Chaos. Double Warlocks running at you is kind of annoying. Annoying and scary. Especially when one of them's got a bloody Witchblade. Look at that special. Knocked back 2 squads like a second apart there, it looked like. Pretty awesome special attack. That special attack used to do power melee damage, I believe, that Merciless Witchblade special. And like a big chunk of damage, but I believe they changed that. Which, I mean, is understandable. But I kind of like when things are a little bit unique and weird. Like the Merciless Witchblade having an incredibly good special attack, for example. I mean, it's still really good for disruption, but no longer get that power melee. Nice grenades in from Bum 9. Raptors still make it at them. Very, very low on hit points, though. You know what? That Shuriken should have stayed in play there. Those Raptors bounced off it. Pretty lucky fellas. 185 hit points or so, and 3 models. Banshees just sprinting through with the fleet and War Shout. And Eldar getting right back onto the Northern VP. What's going on down here? Sneaky Rangers getting red team's natural. Tier 2s all around. In fact, a Falcon is on the way, and Katla already has some chosen Plague Marines. These guys, unique to the Plague Champion, will help against the enemy Banshees. Very good counter melee squad. Lacking mobility, but they're tough and explode on death. Also got some cool tricks, such as passive damage to nearby enemies constantly. And Nurgle's Rot. We'll see how they go. The Tenso with the Wraith Lord on the way in Tier 2. Havocs for Draktan. Sorcerer on the chase. Predicted the Doom Bolts very well. Gets a model off the Rangers. That's quite nice. Where's that Falcon going? Straight through the middle. Don't really have an answer to it yet, but Katla with Plague Marines on the way. The Plague Champion has fallen over in almost exactly the same place, actually. Just resting in the foliage there. Big fight brewing in the north. You often see this in 3v3s. When the players hit their tier 2s, a big fight happens soon after. Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines there for Katla, getting caught. Banshees with their Exarch and fancy heavy melee spear. There's the Chains of Torment from the Sorcerer, locking those Banshees down for a really long time, actually. Holy crap. Looks like Distort Field was used on them to give some ranged resistance. Laz kind of getting a shot on the Falcon. Powerful anti-vehicle weapon that can also snare targets, and there's some Plague Marines too to help put some pressure on. The Nurgle Shrine frustrating the Warlock, but they have forced the Heretics off it. Plague Marines, chosen Plague Marines exploding over there. But down goes the Warlock. Sorcerer just standing around now. There's a Dark Flames, that's why. Global ability of the Sorcerer. Falcon did quite low. We saw a zombie over there. That must have been from Nurgle's Rot. Still kicking off in the middle. Rod of Warp Fire I see on that Sorcerer over there. That's JamezNunes. Kill the Warp Spider. It's a decent fight for the Chaos team. If they can down this Wraith Lord, it's a hell of a good fight. They've got the Plague Marines, they've got the Las Cannon. Las Cannon needs to set up though, I don't know where it's going. There we go. Yep, Wraithlord is done for sure. Down it goes. That was the Tensos, right? I think so. Everything converged on it at the right time. Well, the right time for Chaos. 385 to 337. A revive here for Draktan again. Gets level 4 off it. No war gear for Katla's Plague Champion, still level 1. Mark of Khorne CSM with their Aspiring Champion getting suppressed. You have the... No, you have Robes of Torment, not Vestments of the Warp. Well, Plague Marines are showing up. They can try and just outshoot it. These guys act very well under suppression. They don't shoot any slower. And they still move with decent speed. I mean, decent for Plague Marines, I guess. They're only slowed down 30% rather than 60%. Flank here for JamezNunes. Might get flanked themselves. There's a nice grenade. Kills a model, and the Chaos Dreadnought is turning around now. Howling Banshees on it. They have that heavy melee weapon, and this Dreadnought does not have melee resistance with this auto cannon on. Falcon also has some anti-vehicle damage. Doom bolts. Can't quite get over that terrain. There's Distortion Field again. That Banshee went flying for some reason. And they've got enough weight there to get those Banshees off. 366 to 329. Big fight brewing again in the mid. Here comes Draktan's army. With, is that double Mark of Tzeentch CSM? It is. With Aspiring Champions. Noxious Cloud thrown in by Katla. Raptors get a good jump. Another Raptor jump there. Shuriken is on them. They need to jump again to get that Shuriken out of play. Chosen Plague Marines backing off. Chaos Dreadnought having a good time. Getting some levels. Kills the Warlock. Needs to be a little bit careful though. It's a good push from Chaos. Brute forcing their way through. But look how far away they are from the natural VP now. We see JamezNunes trying to respond with double CSM and Heretics. Banshees should be able to get this cap here. They're going to take some damage doing it. As long as they don't lose their Exarch, I think it's alright. You have to spend power for her. I think she'll be alright. Those two Eldar heroes still down in the mid. Chaos Sorcerer of JamezNunes with the Icon of Tzeentch now. Demon Armor for the shield and Rod of Warpfire. Chosen Plague Marines haven't quite leveled yet. Tier 3 for Katla, Tier 3 for Bum 9. A D cannon could do a huge amount of work here. Need to defend it from the Raptors, of course. Dreadnought backing off. Getting some repairs from the Heretics. Level 2 Raptors do have their Aspiring Champion. Eldar trying to get some mid-map authority here with infantry. Grenades scaring off the Plague Marines. Sorcerers off the field. That's going to help in an upcoming fight. Noise Marines get their Blastmaster on the way though. That's not going to help the Eldar in the upcoming fight. Level 5 Sorcerer for Draktan. Being able to level up off some of those revives. There's that Blastmaster. Turns the Noise Marines into a set-up artillery unit. I hear a Bright Lance. Oh, it's another Wraithlord for the Tenso. Bright Lance shoulder mounted. Trying to get on that Dreadnought. Dreadnought's backing the hell off. We do have Grenade Launcher Heretics, but they can't disrupt a Wraithlord. The Raptors could tie it up, but they're going to take a lot of damage doing so. The Wraithlord does not lose its melee resistance with these ranged weapons shoulder mounted. It is a big boon for the Wraithlord. Kicking off towards the mid and the north. Warlock jumping around doing what he can. Shuriken being forced off of the Raptors. I feel like the Raptors have done really well in this game. Being aggressive with them, and it's paid off. Sometimes when you're aggressive with your Raptors, you get them killed. And they're on the power now, 335 to 289. Eldar do have a VP lead. I feel like Chaos have done better in the majority of the engagements I've seen though. Those Banshees being turned into zombie Banshees because of Nurgle's Rot, and they wipe. Lots of zombie Banshees there now. Wraithlords a bit isolated maybe. Plague Marines are there, but they want to go after the Falcon. It's desperately trying to get repaired by the Double Guardians. And they did well. They judged it well there, did BeholdenBatonIII. Got some Dark Creepers up with Inferno PvP damage. Good damage versus heavy and super heavy infantry. And now, can they get these? No, they can't get the Dreadnought. It got warped away by JamezNunes. You might have seen the red marker below it for a second there. It's a global ability that warps a friendly unit back to your Sorcerer's location. Can be very, very useful. We have a Nurgle. Is this the same Nurgle Shrine? It might be. That's amazing. It's still going. This thing will suppress nearby enemies if they get close. Also heals nearby allies. And if you worship it like those guys were doing, it will revive them even. And reinforce them, I should say. Touch of Nurgle on these heretics. Global ability of the Plague Champion. Seer Council in play though from Bum 9. And gets them out of there. Can they get the VP though? Why did they retreat? Why did the Seer Council... That might have been a sticky retreat there. Guardians trying to get it back. Here comes a Falcon. You can reinforce off this Falcon, of course. It's going to shoot down that shrine. There we go. That Falcon might have been doing way more for the blue team. I've given it credit for with all the reinforcements potential. Plague Champion with a Bile Spewer trying to... I guess it would like dissolve the generators or something. I was going to say melt, but I don't think that's quite right. Warp Spider Exarch with Entangling Web and Enhanced Warp Jump Generator. There is a Chains of Torment. You can shoot the central mass to break the chains quicker if you can find it. Looks like they're getting it down. Guardians getting very low. Chosen Plague Marines are in there. Can they finish them? They can. Distort Fielders up on them to try and save. Blastmaster's struggling to hit the Warlock here, but probably doesn't want to because it would be a lot of friendly fire. 290 to 251. Eldar are probably going to lose the VP here. Wraithlord's in play. Banshees, I think they were trying to tie up the Plague Marines there so the Wraithlord could approach, but they couldn't get it done. Katla moved them off. Raptors jumping in from a good angle. Arriving at just the right time to do some work. Seer Council in though, forcing off the Noise Marines very quickly. Those guys have power melee damage and a big chunk of hit points. Autarch dropped in from the Tenso. BeholdenBatonIII down to 2 units on the field, getting a Fire Prism up though. 290 to 229. Eldar still with a VP lead. They still have that VP. Autarch getting stuck in. Subcommander for Eldar provides a damage resistance aura. That blue you can see, which is very useful. Is it only to your own units though? I think it's only for your own units. 290 to 219. Plague Marines got a decap, but then they ate some grenades. There's some Nurgle worship. Help keep them around. They didn't actually drop a model there. Level 2 at 2200 hit points. Chaos Predator on the way for JamezNunes. Bum 9 with a avatar. That's going to be fun. Do I have any tea left? I do. I'm going to sip my tea. And there's a lull in the action. How about that? Warlock gets the cat. Can the Warp Spider put more pressure on their natural VP? Oh, looks like something is. We've got Howling Banshees down here from the Tenso. But Dreadnought and yeah, that stuff would have done too much damage too quickly, I think. Bunch of chaos up here. They haven't committed yet though. Raptors are dealt with. And this guy does have the Entangling Web, of course. Also now with an anti-grav grenade. Dark Reapers, buffed by something. Not sure what they were buffed by there. Is Faltru's wing up? No. It might have just been the Autarch or something inspiring them. Where is the Autarch? Oh no, it wasn't the Autarch. She's miles away. Meanwhile, Ethereal Slash doing its thing. Oh, we got channeling rooms up to help out the Seer Council, I guess. Bum 9 Seer Council in the wars right now. Some zombie Seer Council fellas in there. Chosen Plague Marines doing a great job. Great job. The Tenso says no. I'm not sure what happened. Warlock got mad. 290 to 176. Chaos Predator has... Oh, no, Mark. Where's the avatar then? Avatars in the north. Super unit for Eldar. Passively buffs nearby allied infantry a lot with tons of stuff. Suppression, immunity, damage and damage resistance, I believe. And it's pretty good in combat too. Can they deal with this thing? It's got super heavy infantry armor, so the Mark of Tzeentch CSM will do a great job. There's another tank, it's Mark of Tzeentch. Anti-vehicle variety with las cannons. Fire prisms level 2. Eldar starting to gain mid-map control here. What is this? It's Banshees just bashing things. Autarch sprinting towards the VP, I think. Look at her go. Jumping over stuff. 290, 143. Another Avatar, BeholdenBatonIII. Did not expect the Eldar to be able to withstand the pushes they've withstood. I guess they got out of there each time relatively safely, kind of thing. If you can't go toe-to-toe with something, don't go toe-to-toe with it. But now they're in tier 3 with Avatars and Seer Council, so maybe they can. Fire prisms as well. Avatar just looking at his sword over there. We have Melter Gun Raptors that can maybe jump on the fire prism or something. Not sure when the Falcon went down, but I'm sad that it went down. So I didn't see it. Eldritch Storm. Kind of a weird place to put it. I guess they saw a massive infantry and went for it. Didn't quite pay off, I don't think. Avatar's taking a lot of damage here. There's a Melter Bomb as well. And Plague Marines are slowing it down. Tries to use a Wailing Doom. It's really well timed. Wipes out those CSM, but it is going to go down, this Avatar. That was BeholdenBatonIII. He's just got dragged into a fight he couldn't get out of. Sometimes it just happens with walkers. You try to commit them to something and then you get kind of dragged into another commitment and then you're just too far in. Very, very difficult to keep that discipline. Because if you're too disciplined, then your walker's doing nothing, you know? If it's a melee walker especially. The other Avatar is up. This is BeholdenBatonIII's. 290 to 68, 2-1 cap for the Eldar still. I think they can pull through this. Done a superb job being steady in tier 3. Since they got tier 3, they've been very steady. Chaos Terminator's up for Draktan. That tank is down. Raptors jumping in. Oh, friendly fire grenade on those Dark Creepers there. Level 3, these Dark Creepers. They've done some work, eh? The tank goes after the Fire Prism. Anti-vehicle tanks are really bad news for Fire Prisms because they've got so little hit points. 3 shots would have got that guy. Chaos Terminators with the auto cannon now. But some anti-everything damage. Can they get another Avatar down? There's a Wailing Doom. Terminators don't care that much about that. Just saw a little heal because one of those Plague Marines exploded. 271 to 65 is a decent Blastmaster hit. But now it's going to be forced off by BeholdenBatonIII's level 7 Warlock here. Can they hold the north? They can't. Eldar are back on it. Seer Council have been awesome. Level 3, these guys. Day Champion does have the Battle Spear, which is a great tool to have against Seer Council. If you can fire it before they jump, of course, because they can just jump over the Bilious Discharge. Raptors jumping over the Avatar. Get the Melter. Get some Melter gun shots in. They might have this here. Las Cannon also getting shots. Yeah, they've got it. They had 2 Las Cannons and Plague Marines and Melter Raptors. Now they go after the Fire Prism. Uh-oh, Banshee's right there to counter-initiate. Who takes some friendly knockback. Sorcerers, did you guys use your teleport to get here? That's risky. They're weighing in on those Banshees, getting that demoralization on kill, that red mark you see there. Debuffs stats as you kill models. 258 to 52. It's very scrappy. Fire Prism on the way now for Tenso. Tenso's lost 2 Wraith Lords and they are up in tier 3 with the Fire Prisms rolling still. I feel like the Chaos armies really slowed down in tier 1. Expected their tier 3s to be rolling a bit quicker. Maybe they should have been more aggressive on the Power Bashers early on. Because it seemed like they had the better of the fights very early. That was Subjugated Seer Council there doing some work. Fire Prism survives it. 258 to 26. Plague Marine's trying to grab the VP. These guys are grabbing a natural back. It's going to be a 2-1 for Chaos again, but for how long? There's a lot of VPs to make up. Another Chaos Predator for Katla now. 3 Fire Prisms, yep, 3 Fire Prisms hunting down this tank. And Chaos Terminator is in trouble. Down they go. Warlock kills the Terminator. I don't see that very often. Imperial Abyss from one of the Sorcerers. JamezNunes, I think, maybe. Takes down one of the Fire Prisms. There's so many Fire Prisms. Holy crap. Here comes another tank. Las Cannon. Trying to get some shots in. Oh no. They're tearing it down. They're going for the garrison. They are indeed going for the garrison. That could be a great move, actually. Touch of Noble Heretics on a Northern VP. Seer Council level 4. Oh. I guess it wasn't a great idea. How did they die so fast? Does the Fire Prism dispersed shot get bonuses against garrison units or something? I thought they went in relatively healthily. Raptors with level 4. Eldritch. Raptors are just bounced around there. Okay, 239 to 20. Oh, decap their natural. Some CSM on it. Here comes an Warlock though. Couldn't quite jump on them. There we go. Gets a little passive leap. Back towards the north. Sorcerer levels to 9. Draktan with a Tome of Subjugation. Another Chaos Predator for Katla. Did this have a... Nope, no Mark of Tzeentch. GG, says Draktan. They think it's over. And they're probably right. Mark of Tzeentch on the way for this thing. There's the first D cannon we've seen. Most brains are weirdly spread out. Probably because of Fire Prism shots or something. Level 6 Sorcerer just showing his staff. Oh, he put up Curse of Tzeentch here. And Banshees run. They have the 2-1 again, the Eldar. This could be it. 2 tanks in play. 1 with Mark of Tzeentch. Those Fire Prisms were a massive pain in the arse. Massive pain in the arse. And there's the game. There's the double at the end. Something decapped the red team's natural. It was the Warlock. She did great, actually, for the Tenso. Let's look at these heroes. Level 9 Warlock for Bum9. Level 6 Warlock for Beholden. The Tenso with a level 5 Warp Spider Exarch. Level 9 Sorcerer Draktan. Level 3 Plague Champion. And a level 6 Sorcerer. There you have it. I thought Chaos started kind of strongly. As I said, maybe they should have hit the power a bit more. Because once Eldar hit, especially once they hit tier 3, they were striding. They were going really good. Level 4 Seer Council were awesome. All the Fire Prisms did really well. The Falcon was great before it went down. They even, I mean, they took their losses as well. Tenso lost 2 Wraith Lords, and they still came out on top. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.